Praise the Lord. Before we share the word, I saw my dad and mom came, and I was excited. I've been trying to compel them to come and be praying for me. But sometimes when the foundation is rooted, it's not easy to what? It's a reverend. When the foundation is rooted, it has to be a caterpillar. The other day I was here and I said, when I share some testimonies, I feel some people will get angry. And say, is it only you? And one of that testimony is that my two parents are still alive. I'm already plucking gray hair from my head when I see them. I'm going to remove their fast because I've now come to terms that I'm getting old. Now that will be like 8 years next year. And I remember, let me share these two testimonies. One night, some years ago, I was around 12 or 1 in the night, I was sleeping. Then I received a phone call. They said, come to the hospital, your father is in the hospital, he is in accident and emergency. So I walked into the hospital, and the sight I saw was terrifying. I saw my dad with blood all over the place. Blood all over. Looking as if he's what? Going. My family members are here, they know the full story. And after some time I went back home, I went to my knees, I was shaking. And I began to pray for him. Say, God have mercy. Then I heard a voice that the end has come. That's the voice I heard. The end has come. By that time he was close to 70, I think. And I remember I said, I'm not ready. I said, what? I'm not ready for this. I said, God, I'm not ready for this. I didn't receive any premonition. I said, God, I'm not ready. Say, God, some more years. And I wept. Say, God, we're not ready now. And while I was praying, I heard a voice. Not later, at that moment, while I was still in prayer. And the voice said, your father will not die from this illness. I went back to the hospital hoping I would see that the condition will what? Improve, but the condition became worse. Now I remember I went to him, he will never forget it. I told him that God said to me. In fact, I didn't tell him until so a few days later when he said to me that what is life? That he's ready to what? He's ready to go. He has given up himself. Because of the pains and the suffering. I remember telling him that the Lord said to me, you will not die from this sickness. At that moment, it looked, when I was saying it, my mouth was trembling. And the situation continued to deteriorate. Mother is here, but let me share it. We called a family meeting and we were discussing his what? Possible what? Burial. You are there? He was there in the room. We were discussing his burial. It was a gloomy period for the family. But I remember my dad used to say, if I die now, I don't have a house in the village. Where would they go and bury me? Well, to cut the story short, he's still alive. That's why I'm afraid to share this, because some of you have lost their parents. They'll say it's only you. Me, I pray, but not happening. You understand why I say I don't want to be sharing testimonies? Then some few years later, I called my mom. I said they are doing screening for cancer of the cervix. I want you to go and what? And do it. So I brought her to the hospital. They did a test. And I went to collect the result. As far as I'm concerned, it was a routine screening we were doing. I opened the result. And what I saw there were what? Features of malignancy, cancer of the cervix. I immediately called the pathologist. I said, this result, are you sure? He said, yes. 2 consultant pathologists have reviewed the result and they all saw cancer cells. I said it's a mistake. That's what I told myself. I was with my mother. She saw my face. You know, when you read this kind of news, you know, everybody will know on your face. Yes. She said, my son, what is it? She said, it is cancer. She said, is it cancer? I said, no, it's not cancer. So we are going to do a confirmatory test. I believe it's a mistake. So we ran the confirmatory test. And there was no sign of cancer. So I called the pathologist. I said, see what happened. He said it was a mistake. The other one is a mistake. I said, yes, it was a mistake. He said it was a mistake. I said, yes. I already said it is a what? It's a mistake. That is why every evil report from the hospital they will bring to you is a mistake. It's a what? Mistake.